Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Gilmore here for my second video of the day. This time, well, once again here on the Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Gilmore. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like this video, hit that subscribe button down below, and subscribe to all my other channels, which are down below in the description box. And as always, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and now Instagram. And hit that bell, get notified of when I go live. And that's all I gotta say about that. And yes, and that's it. All right, been a while since I did a live video, and I felt like going live because I haven't gone live in a while. And it is what it is, but I just felt like going live and doing the video, and it is what it is. And I know I'm probably gonna get trolled. I know we don't give two shits. So that's all I gotta say about that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on this Monday afternoon, January the 25th, 2021. Already the end of January already. Good Lord. Time flies by like zoom. Already. That's it. All right, on this January the 25th, 2021, on the Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling channel, it is time for your late and added date AEW and NXT reviews for January the 20th, 2021, from Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida, and the Capitol Wrestling Center in St. Petersburg, Florida. Hey, Nick, how's it going? Nick Infante 92 is in the chat. How's it going, Nick? All right, so we're going to start off with AEW, and I don't know. Let me see if I can find the ratings for this week. I don't want to look on my computer, but let me see if I can find it. That's January 7th. No, I don't want to do that. Of course, I can't find it for this week. Unless this is this week. Let me check. That's next class. I'll look for them later. I don't want to do it right now. I'm too lazy to do it. All right, Nick's going good. Going good. Good job, Nick. Good job. So that's that. All right. So AEW NXT this week. Gonna start with AEW as always, because that's better. AEW this week wasn't the best show, but it was still pretty decent for what it was. As we're on the road to Beach Break, coming up next Wednesday night on the program. So we're starting the road to that. That's good and dandy. And also on the road to the first pay-per-view for AEW Revolution 2, which was supposed to be February the 27th, 2021, but now there were reports that it's going to get pushed back about a week to March 6th or 7th. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, so the first pay-per-view of the year for AEW is going to be probably in March, because they pushed it back because of the stupid Logan Hall fight, or whatever the fuck his name is, a fucking prick. But it is what it is. Logan Hall, Logan White, whatever. Logan Wolverine? No. Yeah, so that they pushed that back because there's supposedly going to be a Logan Hall fight sometime, maybe that weekend. I doubt it, but nobody gives two shits about him anyway. So yeah, so Revolution is probably going to be in March, but we'll see what happens over the next coming weeks, and that's that. And I know I need a shave, I really do, but I love my beard, and if you don't like it, well, fuck you! That's all I got to say about that. All right, so let's get into AEW this week. Let's not waste any more time that I already wasted. All right, so we start off AEW Dynamite. I gotta say that. This week, last week with with an 8-man tag team match between the Chaos Inc. Not that Chaos Inc. But Chaos Inc. and of Dr. Luther and Serpentico teaming up with the Hybrid 2, Jack Evans and Angelico, as they take on the Dark Order. And the man who does a lot of cowboy shit, Hangman Adam Page. But first we get a promo from the Dark Order. They all come out. Even Annie J, who, if you don't like Annie J, you're a little bitch. But it is what it is. And there's a table on the stage, and it's somebody's birthday, as John Silver says. And it's -1's birthday, Brody Jr., who's on the shoulders of 10. His name is Vance Preston, I think his name is, and whatever his stupid name is. So we have a birthday cake, and we're going to celebrate his birthday. So they light the candles and everything, blah, blah, blah. And John Silver's on the mic says, "The special night because it's somebody's birthday." And they're also getting a new recruit in Adam Page. Blah, blah, blah. So they sing happy birthday to Brody Jr. Blah, blah, blah. And then Luther and Serpentico come out, and they start mocking the celebration. And Luther says he doesn't care about the birthday. He says AEW is becoming nothing more than a daycare center. Then he cuts a promo on Brody Jr. saying he was flapping his gums on Dark last week, and he doesn't look and say he doesn't look stupid. I don't look stupid in my haircut. When Sheamus had that fucking mohawk. He says this is okay. Number 2, Brody Jr. stands there with all these half-wits, and he looks stupid, a doofus. And he says the Chaos Project doesn't like children, and they don't like him, and they're gonna ruin his birthday. So you know, that's Brody. Start attacking him, and then out comes Angelico and Jack Evans to back up Luther's reign. Okay. Luther Reigns. Anyway, so they start beating. Then out comes Hangman Adam Page. He's like, "What the fuck's going on?" Well, actually, before that, Brody shoves. Brody shoves Luther, or something like that, and then he's like, "My birthday was last week, you idiots!" So that was kind of cool. Then Hangman, they start fighting on the floor, and Adam Page comes out and he does a superfly jumping dingity do off the stage on everybody, which I thought was pretty damn cool. And that's that. We get to start a match, and didn't last that long. And John Silver gets and he hits a huge uppercut, goes for a near fall, and then Jack Evans comes in to break it up. Silver sends him out, turns into a right hand from Angelico, and then they start beating up on John Silver for a little bit. Luther hits a double underhook suplex for a 1 count, tags in Serpentico, and they continue to beat down on John Silver. They get another near fall as Angelico hits up. And Luther hits Bulldogs Angelico on John Silver for a near fall. So Silver's getting the crap beat out of him for a while. Silver comes back with a flapjack on the turnbuckle, and then a boot to Serpentico. Tags in Hangman Adam Page, comes in like a big house of fire, just beating the crap out of everybody. And then Jack Evans comes in. Page hits a spine buster. And that, I thought somebody was coming out of the room. Serpentico flies and and Page hits a belly to belly for a near fall. And then the Dark Order come in the ring. Serpentico sends Alex Reynolds and John Silver to the outside. Colt Cabana, man who sucks dick, and flies to the top, hits a leg lariat. Page grabs Angelico, hits a fallaway slam. Then he kips up, flies over the top rope, lands on the floor. Jack Evans tries for that twisting tornado spin kick. Page avoids it. Silver runs off the apron with a senton, then clotheslines Angelico. Alex Reynolds flies over the top on a Luther. Then Hammond goes to the top rope, hits a big moonsault onto everybody, and the crowd goes nuts. And Page sends Serpentico back in the ring, and attack Colt Cabana. And Alex Reynolds comes in, he's beating up on Serpentico a little bit. Colt covers on their phone. Alex Reynolds used to beat down on a super kick to Alex Reynolds, then a DDT. Then Jack Evans comes off the top rope with a 450 splash for a near fall as Page broke it up. Evans sends Page to Evans flies Page, heads him on the apron and power bombs him into Angelico, who's in the crowd. Ouch! Right near Brody Jr.'s mom and his brother Nolan. So look out there. Luther has Colt by the cake. But Brody Jr. comes in with the kendo stick, smacks Luther in the back with it, and then Colt flapjacks Luther onto the cake. You know that was. I'm hungry now. While in the ring, Alex Reynolds hits an Insagiti, and Silver locks him up behind, and Page comes in with a victory, the Dark Order, and Adam Page get the victory. Obviously, they were going to win. So the pick of the victory match, I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. Wasn't that bad for a 6-minute match. Evil Uno and Stu Grayson come out. Why did NJ not come out? Here's what it is. Probably sucking my dick. But it is what it is. They hold Serpentico, and then -1 says that this isn't how this works. He hits Serpentico in the head with the kendo stick, and then he said, like, I kind of went off. I went past my notes by accident, but it is what it is. He says his birthday was 3 days ago, you idiots. And then he takes the paper and throws it at Serpentico. And then John Silver gets the mic. And he's all happy. He's like, yeah, we're going to get Adam Page into the Dark Order. And he tells Page that he's so good and so amazing and really good wrestler. He's also really handsome. I'm sorry, is John Silver fucking gay? Nothing against gays, but I mean, I think John Silver's closet gay. Just saying. I really think that. But that's that. Nobody cares about you too. But I think John Silver is secretly gay, or is gay. I don't know, because he's talking kind of gay, kind of like Matt Riddle. But it is what it is. Talks. He says he has nice hair. Why don't you ask him how big his ding is, there, John? Idiot. Likes him a lot. Now's the moment we've all been waiting for. He drops to his knee, thinks he's going to propose to Adam Page. He's like, Adam, will you join the Dark Order? So Page closes his eyes and he's like, I can't this. And then music goes off, and then we see on the Tron that he said yes. And then like a mariachi band comes out, and people come out like, oh, well, happy Adam Page daughter. But then they're like, get out of here, you idiots! Fucking idiots, get out of here! You messed it all up. So that's that. I'm trying to get my notes now. My notes froze. So Page says, oops, I went past my notes. Page says he's had fun. He tried to put it off for so long, but they forced him to tag with them this week or last week. He says he's done the group thing before, with the Elite. Didn't end well for him, and he's sorry. So he leaves, and John Cena was all crying, and everyone's like, "No, Adam, come back!" So Page grabs a bottle of Jack Daniels out of Grayson's hand on the way to the back. We're going to drink his story. And that's basically it. So, courtship of Adam Page didn't go so well for the Dark Order. But so now I don't know where Adam Page is going to go from here. And we'll see what happens with that. And we will move on. So, like I said, I gave all that 2.5 out of 5 stars. But Brody Jr. is fucking gold on the mic. I am sorry. For fucking, what is he, not 9, 10 years old now? I think he's 10 now. He is fucking good on the mic. And who knew? Little fucking kids can be so well on the mic. Not better than me, though, but, just saying. I cut a good promo. But it is what it is. So we'll see what happens with the Dark Order. And see what happens with Adam Page as we move on. And that's that. All right, then we go backstage with Alex Marvez. And he has, as his guest, MJF. The man who's better than you. And you fucking know it. And MJF says the last thing he wants to see is the Inner Circle to split up. He's kind of worried that Jericho might think this might happen. Jericho says no, and it's going to bring them closer together. And at the end of the night, they have a deal, a rule that they will move on together. He hypes up the 3-team tag team war coming up. Says it's going to be great. MJF agrees. And he says that they are going to become the next AEW World Tag Team Champions. I could probably see that, but I don't know. They might challenge the Bucks, maybe at Revolution, depending what the Bucks are going to be doing by the time. I don't know, but we'll see. They might. I think they're going to face the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson, for the belts. So Gallows and Anderson will hold. Gallows and Anderson probably win and hold the Impact Tag Team titles and the AEW Tag Team titles. But we'll see what happens with that because Gallows and Anderson are fighting Private Party, who debuted on Impact last week and challenged Gallows and Anderson to a tag team title match at No Surrender on February the 13th. The day before NXT TakeOver Valentine's Massacre, or whatever they're calling it this year. So that's going to be interesting. Good Valentine's Day weekend of wrestling. So that's that. So we'll see what happens with the Inner Circle Tag Team war as we move on. And that's pretty much it. And that's that. All right, then we go to the ring. We see our good friend Tony Baloney. You know who he is, Tony Schiavone, or Schiavone, Tony Baloney, Tony Schiavone, whatever his name is. He's in his AEW vest. Still simping for Britt Baker. Oh, Adam Cole's going to be a pissed little man. I even know what that means. So, Tony, I advise you to stay away from Britt Baker, baby. Because Adam Cole, if Adam Cole hears about this, and I talk to Adam Cole a lot, baby, you're going to get your ass handed to you, fat man. But I digress. So he's in the ring. He introduces, this is Sting. So Sting comes out with his Jon Snow fucking entrance. And somebody's coming out of my room, I think. Oh, maybe it was something outside. Anyway, so I still have company here. It is what it is. So Sting comes out, and then Darby Allin, the TNT champion, comes out. So Sting's out there to congratulate Darby for retaining the TNT title. Says that this is something that reminds him him and Darby, and he likes it. He thinks Darby's a phenomenal wrestler. Not AJ Styles phenomenal, but phenomenal. And congratulates him on the TNT champion. So he's basically kissing up to Darby. And then we see Taz on the Tron with Team Taz, Ricky Starks, The Machine, Brian Cage, and the powerhouse Will Hobbs. He's saying this isn't a fair fight. Darby used a belt, wrapped it around Cage's legs, treated Cage like cattle. He says, "You fight dirty. You fight in the street. Whereas we fight like gentlemen." Taz says he grew up in the brother, and the guys behind him are street fighters, not those kind of street fighters. And then he says he can't see them in the streets. Taz agrees, and he's like, "Well, let's take it to the streets. You want to go hard? You want to go nasty?" So basically challenges them to a street fight, and he says the ball's in your court. And then Sting whispers in Darby's ear. So Darby is like, "You want to go hardcore? You want to go to the streets? Be careful what you wish for, because it just might happen." So they leave, and that's the end of the segment. So I gave that 3 out of 5 stars, and it was announced, not on TV. It was announced on the dirt sheets that this street fight. Well, they didn't really give a date. They said Revolution at first. Now it's not a later date, but it's probably going to happen at Revolution. Sting EW with Darby to take on 2 members of Team Taz. I think it's going to be Ricky Starks and Brian Cage. I don't know why, it's not a 3-on-2 handicap match, but I assume Will Hobbs and Taz is going to be there. And that's all I got to say about that. And we're going to move on from there. So we'll see what happens when that match does happen. Like I said, it probably will happen at Revolution. And we'll see. And we will move on from there. All right. I went too. Did I miss a match? I think I missed a match. Let me check my notes. Blah 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 blah. All right. All right. After that, we go to a segment where we see the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. They're at somebody's house. We don't know whose house it is. We actually find out it's Kenny Omega's house. And boy, does he have a nice house. I like to go to his house. It is what it is. Because I think he has a house in Florida or something like that. He has a nice fucking house. So they go inside. They meet up with Alex Marvez. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here, Marvez? You're fucking following us around? Fucking stooge. So they go inside. They meet up with Michael Nakazawa. And he's like, come in. We've been expecting you. So he comes in his laptop, probably watching gay porn. I don't know, with Nakazawa. Anyway, so they come in. Blah, blah, blah. Then you see a picture of Don Callis and Kenny, with their shirts off. It looks like a freaking painting on Photoshop type of thing. Oil painting Photoshop, with Kenny in his physique and Don in his physique. I don't think Don looks like that, but, I don't think Don is built like a fucking truck like Kenny is. But it is what it is. But Don Callis, say his name 5 times fast. He comes in, says Kenny changed his number about 2 weeks ago. Blah blah blah. He tells the Bucks they don't need his number because they know where he lives, and welcomes them to the house. And the 3 people that love him the most, Callis, family, and the Bucks, his old friends. Then he dismisses Alex Marvez, says go to the dungeon, and he tells the cameraman to get the hell out of here too. So they leave. The camera's still on, and he talks about the Bucks being friends with Kenny for 12 years, but Kenny's very busy. So Callis writes him a check, probably a fake check, by the way. And it's going to compensate for their vested interest in their friendship. Matt's like, this isn't good enough. They said, did you bounce this check like you did in Impact? So Cal's like, oh, you're right. Writes out another check for the merch. So Matt's pissed off, thinking that he can buy their friendship. He says Cal's wasn't there for their friendship 12 years ago. Don's like, well, I was always here. I was always in New Japan. Yeah, that's kind of true. So Matt's like, sorry, this hasn't gone. Well, Don says, sorry, this hasn't gone their way. But if they want facts, they were great friends. But now they're holding Kenny back. Kenny's too nice. So Matt says they used to work for TNA, yeah, as Generation Me, and knows these checks aren't good anyway. Kind of a little low below the TNA. So Callis calls them bloodsuckers. So Matt gets pissed, moves his check, throws it down. So they corner Callis. He's like, don't take your anger out on me! Don't take your anger on me! Well, we don't see him get it, but you know what happens. And we cut the scene. And that's that. So yeah, Don Callis gets his ass handed to him by the Young Bucks, as we see later on. So that's that. So it was a pretty funny segment. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And that's all I got to say about that. Pretty funny segment with the Bucks and Don Callis and everything else. All right, got my good friend Alejandro Caza in the chat. My good friend from Mexico. He says he's back. Where did you go? Where did you go? Okay. He says, can we only talk about NXT, AEW, also about Raw and SmackDown? I can talk about Raw and SmackDown if you want. I got time. I'm not going anywhere right now. I got a lot of time to talk. I'm going to talk a little bit about SmackDown briefly. Well, I'll talk about that near the end because I want to get through this part of the. I'm going to get through the AEW stuff and then talk about NXT briefly, and then we'll talk a little bit about SmackDown later, and that's that. I have no longer been able to be streamed because I leave work late. Well, that sucks. I work late too, and it's hard for me to freaking do a video, actually, with stream. This is my first stream in like a month because I have company over. I've had company over for, like a month now. So we're taking care of the business, if not that kind of business, people that we know are here and they're spending a month with us, so they'll probably be gone by the weekend, so hopefully, but we'll see. And that's that. So yeah, it's been very hard for me to stream lately, and I've been doing videos on my phone for the last couple of weeks, and I feel it's better that I kind of do phone videos for now. And like I said, I probably won't be going live much. Maybe when February starts, when the company leaves, maybe I can get back on to doing live streams more often. But it is what it is, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm just gonna do me, and people troll me. I really don't give 2 shits. I don't. I'm just gonna do what I do best, and that's give you the best videos ever. And that's all I gotta say about that. Not gonna care what these fucking critics and trolls think of me and think of other people. I really don't care. They have no lives, and they have, that's basically I don't know who that is. Okay, hold on. Sorry about that. I gotta turn my phone off. Just for 1 second. Whoops, don't want to do that. Turn it off for just a second. I don't want to get bothered with fucking calls, unless it's the missus, but it is what it is. Anyway, so yeah, I'm like I said, I'm probably not gonna do live videos that much. Maybe when February comes around, I'll get back to doing some live videos. get back to my normal schedule. But like I said, my work schedule is very busy. I work 5 days, 4 or 5 days a week. This week I'm actually off most of the week. Thank God. So I'm off the next 3 days. I go back in on the weekend and make the money you wish you fucking had. So hopefully by next week or the week after that, I'll be getting back to my normal. Hopefully, get back to my normal schedule. But if not, I'll probably just doing random phone videos, just giving my thoughts on Raw, my thoughts on AEW and NXT, thoughts on SmackDown, and various other news stories and stuff like that. But we'll see what happens over that time. But thank you, Alejandro, for coming in, and one of many faithful subscribers of mine, like Nick is, and all that stuff. All right, we move on from that. So the Bucks went to Kenny's house, beat up Don Callis, and we'll see what happens with that. And we'll move on from there. All right, then we get to match number, well, I think this is match number 2. We get Pretty Peter Avalon. Well, I'm pretty, but I'm not Peter Avalon pretty, but it is what it is. So we got Pretty Peter Avalon taking on Cody Rhodes. Cody said he could beat Peter Avalon in a minute, so he hits Crossroads right away, and then the commentator's like, cover him, right? He's gonna do it. He's gonna cover him in 1 minute. And then Jade Carter comes out, stares at Cody. He's like, you fucking bitch. Cody gets distracted. So Peter Avalon comes from behind, kicks him in the testicles, hits him in the nuts. So Cody goes down, and Jade's like, hey, look at me, I'm great. And then Peter takes apart Cody's leg. He starts working on the leg for a while. Then he chops him in the corner. Cody reverses. Then he fakes a punch, so his back and punches that patented Rhodes family uppercut. Goes to the top rope. Peter attacks. Then he hits some right hands to the face. Then a superplex takes Cody down. Both men go to the outside. Cody chops him. Avalon comes back, throw thrust. Cody rolls back in. Avalon, Cody shoots the leg. Avalon clubs the back, hits a suplex for a 1 count. As we go to break, we come back. Peter Avalon still is sending Cody into the ring. Hits the ropes. It's a David Cutter. Well, Cody Cutter, or Gilmore Cutter, which is more powerful. Bang! Even though he kind of mistimed it a little bit because it looks sloppy. Just saying. Then he puts hand to face. Then another one. Sends Avalon into the ropes. Avalon reverses. Sends Cody into the corner. Cody hops over. Hits a patented power slam of his. Then he locks in the good old Nature Boy figure 4 leg lock. Blah blah blah. Sorry, I missed. And then reversed it. Cody turns it back, reverses that, and then Avalon slaps Cody in the mouth. Cody's like, "You son of a bitch!" So he's about to go slap Avalon in the mouth. And he's like, and then Avalon's like, I tap. I don't want to get my ass kicked. So Avalon's hand match that great. So I gave it a 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's pretty much it. So Cody gets the win, and then afterwards, Arn Anderson comes in, starts berating fucking Cody. He's like, you never should have taken your ass off of Peter Avalon. Look how long this match lasts, not fucking minutes. When Cody could have beat him in like 30 seconds. It is what it is. So Cody gets the win, and we'll see what happens with him as we move on. That's that. All right. Then we go to the back. Well, we go backstage. Well, not backstage. We go to the casting couch or whatever. I think in the bar or something. We see Tully Blanchard and FTR. Cash Harwood and what's his name? Dax Harwood. well, whatever, Cash and Dax, I think his name's on. Tully says they're the best, but they need the belts. And then in comes Jurassic Express, Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy back, and that little runt Marco Stunt. Jungle Boy tells them that they taught something about himself, so they kind of almost go at it. Dax says he isn't one of those wrestlers Jungle Boy plays with in the ring, so he'll challenge him to a fight. Jungle Boy agrees. And then Luchasaurus says they will be at ringside to make sure no one gets involved. And then Dax is like, oh, I don't need these guys. So they shake hands and the match is on. So that's going to happen this Wednesday night on the program. Dax Hardwood against Jungle Boy with Luchasaurus and that runt Marco Stunt at ringside. And I assume that Cash is going to Cash and Tully going to get ringside or come out after to help Dax out. I think it's going to, and we'll see what happens with that. As the number 1 and number 2 ranked tag teams go at it. So that should be pretty good. So we'll see what happens with that. So I give that segment 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's all I got to say about that. And yeah. So you go bye-bye too. And you're not a master of WTA, so suck my dick. And that's all I got to say about that. Blah, blah, blah. And like I said, I don't care about the trolls. They're just going to get blocked, and that's all I got to say about that. All right, then we go to the ring with our next match. This is match number 3. We got a good buddy, former AEW World Champion Jon Moxley, as he takes on Hercules Hernandez, otherwise known as Nick Comoroto. Who, if you don't know who he is, he's wrestling Pro Wrestling Magic in the New Jersey area. He's also wrestled for, I think, WW for a little bit. Some indie stuff in the New York, New Jersey area. Pretty good wrestler. I think he wrestled in Evolve at one point as well. But he takes on Moxley, and was a pretty decent match for a 4-minute match. They go back and forth, and then getting near the end, John goes for a suplex, but Comoroto is too heavy for him. He shoves John. John with a surprise German suplex. Hits ropes, hits a clothesline, but Nick stays standing. So he picks up Moxley in a fireman's carry, and then Moxley reverses it into a 1925 sleeper hold, and then he dropped down, and Nick Comoroto passed out. So that's that. So that's all I got to say about that. So it is what it is, and that's that. So Moxley gets the win, matching a 2.25 out of 5 stars. That's that. Then he cuts a promo saying anything can happen on Wednesday nights, and things are getting a little crazy around here. He can't keep track. He tells Kenny Omega that all he did was make it more fun, more interesting, bringing in the TNA guys, more bodies, more violence, more limbs to snap. Then he says all roads in professional wrestling lead through him. So the ongoing Kenny Omega, Jon Moxley thing is still going on. I think they're going to have a rematch, probably at Beach Break, or maybe at Revolution, I don't know, where Moxley won the belt from Jericho, I believe. I think it was that. So probably be Moxley Omega 2 at Revolution, but we'll see what happens with that, and we move on with from there. All right, then we go to the back. We see Eddie Kingston with the Butcher, the Blade, and Ali the Bunny. Tells Dasha he's having a real hard time with Lance Archer and all that stuff. So in comes Lance Archer and Jake Roberts, and he's got a simple message. He wants to fight Eddie. So Eddie's like, "You want to go? You want to go?" So he holds the Butcher, the Blade, and the Bunny back. And he says they're gonna wrestle later in the night. So We're gonna see that match coming up. It should be pretty good. And then Eddie Kingston and Jake Roberts go at it, and Jake and his almost losing his voice. You know, they go at it, and Jake's like, "Bite me," and that's that. So maybe we'll see Jake Roberts get involved in another DDT on Eddie Kingston. I don't know. We'll see. And that's all I gotta say about that. And we will move on from. All right. After that, we get Alex Marvez in the back. We see Kenny Omega coming into Daly's place. Kenny has a nice shirt on. I got it from Walmart. Marvez tries to get a word with him. Kenny ignores him and heads to the bathroom to meet with Don Callis and probably pee together or something. I don't know. We see Don with his sunglasses on, and then he takes them off. He has a shiner. Kenny notices it. Don says he doesn't want Kenny to get upset and focus. He says Nick and Matt did this. And Marvez comes in and asks if Nick and Matt did it. And he, I don't know who did it. Maybe. I don't know. So that's that. I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. So we'll see what happens with that. And we will move on from there. All right, match number 4. 8-man tag team match. A lot of tag team matches on this fucking show. It is what it is. That's what AEW is. Basically tag team wrestling. A couple of one-on-one matches here. Sometimes I'll have the women. That's that. So we got Matt Sydal and Top Flight, Dante and Darius Martin, taking on Matt Hardy and Private Party, Marquine and Isaiah Cassidy. This match was okay, a little sloppy at times, kind of sloppy at times, but it is what it is, and it's that. Start off with Dante and Marquine. They shake hands, mutual respect, and they lock up. They do a few arm drags. They do some flip. Marquine hits a kick, or eats a drop kick, excuse me. Isaiah Cassidy comes in. He eats a drop kick from Dante. Drop kick to Private Party. Matt Sydal comes in. They grab Marquine and hit some chops. And he whips them. All three hop over. Then Matt hits a leg lariat. And then Top Flight go flippity-dippity-doo. And then don't even land anything. Just flippity-dippity-doo. Then Matt Sydal drops Marquine for a near fall. Then Matt Hardy starts yelling at Marquine. He's like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be a great wrestler. Stuff like that. Starts admonishing him. And then he's like, get in the game, dude. Get it together. So Marquine gets pissed, tosses his jacket, gets all serious, starts beating down Matt Sydal. So they're beating up Matt Sydal. Cassidy knocks Top Flight off the apron. They continue back on beating up Matt Sydal. Top Flight come in to shoot the legs, and we get a 3-man Boston Crab. Then the referee, I think it was Rick Knox, or it was Aubrey Edwards, I forget who it was, stops Cassidy off the apron, flies with a crossbody on a Matt Sydal for a near fall. And then Marquine clubs the back, stomping on the chest of Sydal as we go to break. As we come back, they're still in control of Matt Sydal. They go for a double suplex. Private Party goes for a double suplex. Matt lands on his feet, knocks Matt Hardy off. Head scissors to both members of Private Party. In comes Martin, goes for a German suplex, knocks up, sends him to the ropes, and hits a standing Spanish fly. Matt Hardy comes in, goes for the twist of fate. Dante with a right hand. Matt tumbles to the outside, and then Darius flies out with a suicide dive. And then Private Party try to go for silly string, but Dante kicks Marquine off the apron, drops onto the back of Cassidy, bridges for a near fall. And then all down, blah, blah, blah. Matt hits a side effect on, tries to go for a side effect on Dante. Dante elbows out, so he hits Darius with it. Matt hits one on Dante, goes to the top rope, and he dies, and he gets a side, he hits a side effect. Or Matt Sydal gets a side effect, excuse me. Hardy covers for a near fall. Texan Marquine comes in and kicks Matt Sydal. He wants to go for eye with Matt. does a little dance, does a little dippy doo, hits the Pele kick for a near fall, and they get Private Party go to the top rope, but Sydal is there to send Darius over the ropes to the outside. Ref has to hold Matt Hardy back. Then Isaiah Cassidy has a chair. He hits I don't remember who it was. I think it was Darius in the ribs. Marquine is shocked, but he kind of likes it. And then Marquine flies with a shooting star press. 1, 2, 3. Matt Hardy and Private Party get the win. So the Hardy Party get the win. Kind of spotty match, kind of sloppy at times, but still pretty decent for what it was. I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars for that. And that's all I got to say about that. And we will move on. Afterwards, Matt said on top flight of fist, and they get in the face of Private Party. Private Party shows no remorse, no regret. But Private Party's like, psych! They start attacking him. As Matt Hardy encourages them to do it. And he acts with Darius's head. And then he hits a twist of fate on him. Then he hits one on Matt Sydal. Then Private Party comes in. They hold their hands up together, and that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So we'll see what happens with Matt Hardy and Private Party as being tag team action Impact this week. Oh, no, they weren't. They were against who they faced last week. James Storm and Chris Sabin last week in their TNA debut. So they won, obviously, and that was that. So the collision course with the Good Brothers, Gallows and Anderson. They're gonna take them on at No Surrender for the Impact Tag Team belts. I don't think they're gonna win it, but should be a pretty decent match on February the 13th. And that's that. All right, then we go backstage, and in the locker room, the Inner Circle, MJF and Wardlow walk in. They tell Ortiz and everybody else, Ortiz, Santana, and Sammy Guevara and Jake Hager, that he gets the hostility, and if we're up to him, the match wouldn't be happening. But Jericho's the leader, and what he says goes. Sammy comes up to him and says, if he had it his way, a lot of things wouldn't be happening. So MJF says, I love you all, even you, Sammy. He respects him because he's not afraid to speak his mind and his thoughts. I lost my... MJF's like, please understand, I'm not a sociopath. I'm coming from a good place. He wants what's best for the team. And he's like, let's get this match out of the way and finish this. And that's all I got to say about that. And we will move on from there. All right, that's that. Sammy doesn't like it, but he says, like, whatever. So they leave, and we'll see what happens. Just more hype for the tag team match coming up later, and that's it. And we move on. All right. So I gave that segment 3 out of 5 stars. All right, there we see Orange Cassidy, man that puts his hands down his pants. He's in the crowd, not giving a flying you-know-what. And then we see our good friends, Penelope Ford, Kip Sabian, our good buddy, Middle, smash Lana pussy, yeah. And his young boy, now known as Butler, now known as, what is his name, Charles Taylor, coming out as a butler, like Alfred. All we need is a Batman. Michael Caine. I was Alfred in Batman. Yeah. So we get that. So we get the match number 5. Penelope Ford taking on Layla Hirsch. Nothing to write home about. Charles, gets involved. Just like advice of Pip. And he's there. He's like, am I out here? Why am I doing this? So we see that, and then Layla heads out to the outside and gets in Kip's face, and then Penelope Ford hits a pump kick, and then Kip's like going like this. He's fishing. Okay, and then they continue at it. They go back and forth, and get near the end. Layla pulls forward to the corner, then runs, bounces off the top rope, changes gears, flies with a front flip onto Kip and Chucky T. That was pretty nice. Layla gets on the apron. Penelope kicks her face in, and then Kip grabs the boot of Layla, looking a little kind of looks sloppy. And then he puts the leg on the rope for the 1, 2, 3. So Penelope Ford gets the win. Cheap win at that. So match was all right. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. Still looked kind of sloppy. And that's that. And then afterwards, Miro gets in the ring, calls for Charles to get in the ring. He's like, I'm a nice guy, but I gotta take you, Charles, I gotta take you to places you've never been. You need to put the past behind you and look to the future. So he tells him to do one thing, grab the mic, look over at that George Michael wannabe, meaning Orange Cassidy, and tell him that Miro is your friend now. So Charles is like, nah, I don't want to. And Orange Cassidy stands up. So then Chucky T gets the mic, and he says, Miro is my best friend. So Orange Cassidy takes his gloves off, looks like Charles, and just shakes his head, and then he leaves, and that's it. So we'll see what happens with Chucky T, well, Charles, and Miro, and Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford as they go on. Looking like it's going to be a feud with Orange Cassidy, because he's the only one left of best friends since Trent hurt his pec. So he's out for like 6 to 8 months, I think. Whew. Just sucks with best friends. And that's all I gotta say about that. Blah, 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 blah. Another troll. You can go bye-bye. So it is what it is. Yeah, I did block him, Nick. I did block him. That's all it's gonna be from now on. It's all gonna be trolls thinking they own me and all this stuff. You know, I don't care. I don't care anymore. And that's that. All the trolls will be blocked, and if you don't like it, well, too bad. And by the way, In This Moment does not suck. If they got a Grammy nomination, they suck. They don't suck. I'm sorry. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 top 10. Well, not top 10. Well, the last couple hours were in the top 10. Blood went to number 8. Black Widow went to number, I think number 12. I don't know what Mother was somewhere in the top 20, I think. But yeah, In This Moment doesn't suck. You might think they suck, but they don't. And Maria Brink doesn't suck either. She's one of the hottest women in metal, probably one of the greatest front women in metal. But think what you want. I don't care. They're still better than you, and you know it. And that's all I got to say about that. So, that's it. And that's it. Enough about the In This Moment stuff. And In This Moment kicks ass. And buy their album today. Actually, I got to do I meant to do I was going to do an unboxing, but I already unboxed it. So, I got the new In This Moment hoodie. Half God, Half Devil from the Ritual album. So, got that. I might show it off on another. I showed it off on one of my videos, so you saw it. But I'll probably do it again on the Metal God channel. Just because it's a metal channel. But, oh yeah, it's about Metal God is all about death videos. So what? My channel, I can do whatever the fuck I want on my channel. If I want to do death videos, I'll do death videos. If I want to do metal, I'll do metal. If I want to do both, I'll do both. I don't care. It's my videos, my channel. Do whatever the fuck I want. If you don't like it, get the fuck off my channel. Go play with yourself. Which a lot of people in that so-called community called the YWC do. They play with themselves. Because they're all gay. It's true. It's damn true. But it is what it is. I'm not gay. I got a fucking wife. And that's all I got to say about that. Enough about that. I'm not going to delve into that realm anymore. Fuck that. It's going to do me. That's it. All right. After that... yeah. All right. After that, we go backstage. We see the Good Brothers, Gallows Anderson, and Kenny Omega they're attacking Pentagon Jr., the man who has zero. They're beating him up. And then Carl Anderson chokes him out with an extension cord. And then Kenny starts beating him up. He takes one of Penta's, I think, one of his boots off and sticks it in Pentagon's face. Ugh. I don't know where that boot's been, but it is what it is. So they're beating up Pentagon. Probably going to lead to a match next week or this coming week. The Good Brothers taking on Pentagon and Rey Fenix. Good, but we'll see what happens with that. All right. After that, we get a promo from Sammy Hagar. That was pretty funny. I don't know what was said, but I kind of missed it. But it was cool to see Sammy Hagar. By the way, Sammy Hagar was on AEW that last week. It was funny. Here it was, they were talking over him. You don't talk over Sammy Hagar, you assholes. Come on now. But he kind of laughed at the whole running joke with Sammy Guevara and Jake Hager teaming up as Sammy Hagar. That was kind of funny. That was that. All right, then we get to the end. I think this is the main event. The Inner Circle Tag Team War. Santana Ortiz taking on Jake Hager and Sammy Guevara against MJF and Jericho. Wasn't a bad match. It went all over the place. I'm not going to go into all of the match. And but we get near the end, and Jericho tags in MJF. MJF comes in, headbutts to Ortiz. Whips Ortiz, hits a double DDT, and Ortiz hits a double DDT to Jericho and MJF. Tags in Jake Hager. Hager sends MJF into the corner. Then he lands the Hager bomb. Tags in Sammy, goes to the top rope. Hager attacks Jericho. Sammy with the Swanton bomb for a near fall as Ortiz broke it up. And then Sammy with the fireman's carry drops him on a knee. I think he hit him with the reverse GTS. And then a knee to MJF. Gets MJF on the shoulders. Wardlow gets on the apron. He gets knocked off. And then MJF with a 1925 roll-up. 1, 2, 3. MJF and Jericho get the win. I kind of figured they were going to win. But match was all right. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And they pick up the victory. They're going to be taking on the Varsity Brothers this week on Dynamite. That's AEW tag team titles. And like I said, probably win them. But then if they do win them, they'll probably lose them pretty quick because they're going to probably start the Inner Circle breakup. And then Jericho is going to get kicked out of the Inner Circle and MJF's going to take over. And then MJF and Jericho are going to do battle probably by the summertime. But we'll see what happens with that. And that's that. And we're going to move on from there. That's it. All right. So that ends the show. So a pretty decent show for what for AEW. So I gave AEW. It was all right. It wasn't great, mind you. It was pretty decent. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. And yeah, so I gave AEW. I gave it 6 out of 10. Like, that's probably my lowest rating I ever gave AEW because it wasn't a really good show. It was kind of right there, right down the middle. Not right down the middle, but pretty straightforward. But still a pretty good match. They won the ratings this week. Last week again. Even though NXT was a good show, I'm surprised that NXT didn't win this last week. I'm really surprised. I thought NXT was better this week. Well, last week. I keep saying this week, but last week. But that's all I got to say about that. And yeah. So 6 out of 10 for AEW, and we'll see what happens this week on the program. And that's pretty much it. So let's get to NXT. Let me just reload my my file as we get to that. It's taking a little bit long, so I apologize. Excuse me. I'm hot. If Nick is still in the chat, what's going on, Nick? All right, since we have time, as my file loads because my computer's fucking slow. I'll mention SmackDown for a little bit. I was gonna do it at the end, but I'll do it now. I don't care. My show. I can do whatever the fuck I want. SmackDown last week was okay. It wasn't great as they're leading up to the Royal Rumble. They got the Go Home show this week. They had Big E and Apollo Crews go at it for the Intercontinental title. That got ruined by Sami Zayn as he hit the hell of a kick on both men. So it looks like it'll probably be a triple threat match. Maybe it might be a triple threat match for the Intercontinental title. Not going to happen at I don't think it's going to happen at the Rumble because I think Big E, Sami, and Apollo are going to be in the Rumble. So that's probably going to happen on SmackDown or a future SmackDown, or maybe after the Royal Rumble. I don't know. So I got that situation going on. You had Charlotte and Asuka. Nobody is ready for Asuka. Set my dick. Go at it. They took on the Riot Squad, Liv Morgan and Ruby Riot. And Asuka got the win as Billie Kay. She tried to help out once again and failed. I don't understand this whole thing with Billie Kay and the Riot Squad. I really don't. I still think they should have never broken up the Iconics. I'm sorry. You need freaking women's tag teams in that fucking division. All you got is maybe 2 or 3. You got Shayna and Nia who are at odds. They're gonna break up soon. You got Mandy and Dana Brooke, and you got Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan. It's basically 3 teams. Well, 4 teams if you add Asuka and Charlotte. 4 teams in that division going around 1 belt. Well, 2 belts. It's fucking horrible. It is fucking horrible. I don't understand. I really don't understand why they broke up the Iconics. I really don't. I mean, WWE is screwed up as it is. I mean, if you notice lately, they don't have Nikki Cross hasn't been on the show at all. She's doing network exclusives, saying that she hates her position in the company now. So why don't you leave? Why don't you ask for your release? Because you're not going anywhere. They're not doing anything with you. I mean, you'd be great. You'd be good in Impact or AEW, either one of those. I would love to see Nikki Cross in AEW myself, but they're doing nothing with her. She's basically in Titus Catering, doing nothing. We still haven't heard from Naomi. Where the hell is Naomi? I don't know where. She's home. Naomi's sucking Jimmy Uso's, you know what? We haven't seen Naomi in like a year. Going on a year. We haven't seen her, I think, since WrestleMania. Well, maybe before then. We haven't seen her in years. Well, not years. We haven't seen her in months, I should say. It's they don't know what they're doing with their women. They don't know what they're doing. All they have, the top stars, Asuka, Charlotte, and Alexa Bliss. That's it. And, well, on the SmackDown side, you got Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Carmella. That's it. That's all the top stars in your women's division. Natalia's garbage. Tamina is hardly seen. And they're going to be in the Rumble, in the Women's Royal Rumble. Whoop-de-damn fucking do. Peyton Royce is going to be in it. She's going to get eliminated easily. It is what it is. I mean, the Women's Royal Rumble looks like a joke. We all know who's probably going to win it. It's either going to be Charlotte, or it's going to be Becky coming back, or it's going to be, a highly doubtful Ronda Rousey. But then again, Bianca can win it. So it's probably like my top 3 are going to be Charlotte, Bianca, probably Becky if she comes back. But we'll see. Then again, it could be somebody from NXT, which I highly doubt. Because Rhea Ripley, I think, is going to be in the Rumble. So I would love to see Io Shirai in the Rumble. Not that she's going to win it, but I'd love to see her in it. But it is what it is. And on the men's side, I'll talk about this on my Royal Rumble predictions video coming up this weekend. On the men's side, my top picks are Big E, Brock Lesnar coming back, Keith Lee, and I think that's it. Yeah, so my top picks for the men's Rumble are going to be Big E, Brock coming back and probably winning the Rumble, facing Goldberg at WrestleMania 37, probably on night 2, not night 1, probably on night 2. Because it's a 2-night event this year again. So I think Brock's probably going to if Big E wins, he's facing Roman at WrestleMania, probably beat Roman, which would be great for Big E. But I don't know. We'll see what happens with all that as we move on. And that's it. Also on SmackDown, we have Sasha Banks taking on Reginald, the Carmella's bodyguard or whatever he is. So Sasha beat him up, and then got in the face of Carmella, knocked away her champagne, and then locked Reginald in the bank statement, and he tapped out. So Sasha got a win. That's pretty nice because she's the boss. That's that. So yeah, so Sasha got the win. I don't know now. Carmella gets a title shot. Well, what's going to happen? We'll see what happens this Friday night. Also, we had a segment with Adam Pearce and Roman and Paul Heyman that got kind of a little heated, and then Paul Heyman challenged Adam Pearce to a match. He's like, Paul Heyman got in Adam Pearce's face, and he's like, "I'm from New York. I will whoop your ass." So they were going to have a match, and Heyman comes out, kind of fakes a knee injury, and then calls out Roman. Roman comes out, starts beating the living crap out of Adam Pearce, and was about to do the same thing to Adam Pearce that he did to Kevin Owens by pushing him off the top of the LED screens to a table. But then Kevin Owens comes out, starts beating up Roman around ringside. So that basically the match never happened. So they beat each other up on the outside, and referees have to come out and stop them. Kevin breaks free and hits Roman with a Stone Cold Stunner. Then he takes him over to the announce desk and whips, and then he hits him with a pop-up powerbomb through the table and lays out Roman to end the show. So SmackDown wasn't that bad. So we'll see what happens this week on the show. That's it. And like I mentioned on my WWE vid, which you can watch down below, WWE Network got bought out by Peacock. So Peacock's going to owns the rights to the WWE Network beginning in March. So all WWE content will be going to Peacock in March. So that's big news. And that's that. And I can't get my notes to start. Sucks. I hate when that happens. I have to put on my phone. I don't want to. But that's that. So it is what it is, and that's all I gotta say about that. Trying to get the NXT review up, but my notes are not starting. I don't know why? My computer sucks. There we go. Okay, we got it. Took fucking computer. That's that. So we get to NXT, and NXT was pretty damn good this week, last week. Let's get to the matches. I'm just gonna briefly run them down. I'm not gonna go into them much. Start off with the Dusty Rhodes quarterfinals. The first round, we had Austin Theory and Johnny Gargano take on Kushida and Leon Ruff. We had Beth fucking Phoenix back in the arena. That's always nice. Beth. So Kushida and Leon Ruff advance as Kushida hit a cartwheel drop kick, then a fastball punch. Then he hits a bridging hammerlock suplex for the win. So they advance, and they're going to take on the Grizzled Young Veterans next, I believe. That should be pretty good. I can't wait for. I think they. I gotta look. I gotta look at the brackets again. I don't know right now, but so they get the win. A match gave 3 out of 5 stars. Pretty good. Then we see a Pete Dunne vignette saying that he and Finn Balor are cut from the same cloth. But Finn left while Pete stayed and built an entire brand around him. Basically NXT UK. And that's that. So a little hype for their feud that'll probably begin soon. We'll see what happens with that. We had Malcolm Bivens puts over Tyler Rust as the future NXT. Rust comes out of the office, says he got a match with Bronson Reed. So Bivens is like kind of confused. He's like, "Why did you do that?" But he's like, "Not the route I would have taken, but what's done is done." So we got that match. And that was that. So I give that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Then we get Ashanti the Adonis taking on Killer Cross. Thanks for coming. Killer Cross beats hits him with a Northern Lariat from the back of the head. Basically, killed this guy. This Hammenager. Then he puts Adonis' partner Desmond Troy in the strike position, chokes him out. So that was that. And boy, does Scarlett Bordeaux look hot. Woo! With that freak. She had like a Medusa mask on her head. Good Lord. She looked hot. But it is what it is. That's that. Then we got a vignette of MSK, Wes Carter, and the guy's name. Basically Zachary Wentz and Desmond Xavier. They go by Wes Carter and I forgot what the other name is. But anyway, basically, they look high and everything. It's like, oh, we're in NXT. We're gonna do great things, and that's that. So, they won their first round match by beating Isaiah Swerve Scott and Jake Atlas. Well, at it doing the show. So their feud is continuing on. Blah blah blah. Blah, blah, blah. Get that. So I gave the Killer Cross match 1 out of 5 stars, so just a squash. And then MSK's segment I gave 2 out of 5 stars. Then we see Mercedes Martinez and Toni Storm, kind of like a promo. They say they don't need to be friends like Casey and Kaden Carter. They're just 2 badasses who want to win. So hyping up the women's side of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. That's pretty nice. See what happens with that. So I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. Then we go to the next men's quarterfinal match, Imperium, Marcel Barthel, and Fabian Aichner taking on the Lucha Party of Gramatanik and Dorado. Nothing great. The Lucha House Party advance as Lince Dorado hits a shooting star press to get the win. But it is what it is, and that's that. So I gave the match 2.5 out of 5 stars. So the Lucha House Party on a fucking roll as of late. They won matches on Raw. I think they had a match on SmackDown. They won and then they win last week on NXT, and that's that. So we get that. And then afterwards, Alexander Wolf, who we haven't seen in a long time, stares down Imperium buddies before they do. I didn't even know Alexander Wolf was in Imperium. Maybe I might have forgotten, but I know it's Marcel Barthel and Fabian Aichner. I don't remember or forgot about Alexander Wolf, and that's how much people forgot about Alexander Wolf. But he looks like he's like Imperium's back to full strength now. Walter News for his UK title. But it is what it is, and that's that. And then we move in. All right, then we get a video from earlier in the day with the weigh-in for the fight pit between Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher. Ciampa came in at 201 pounds. Thatcher came in at a beautiful 225 pounds. So we're going to see that at the end of the night. That's that. All right, then we start the women's side of the William Regal has Beth Phoenix on stage with the trophy to put over the tournament. As we see all the competitors there. We saw Priscilla Kelly there. No, Gigi Dolan. Should be a pretty good women's Dusty Rhodes Cup. Not that I really care about it, but the winners will face the women's tag team champions at a later date, which will probably be at WrestleMania. But we'll see what happens with that. So anyway, we get to the first women's quarterfinal match. We've got Kacy Catanzaro and Kayden Carter taking on Mercedes Martinez and Toni Storm. It's an okay match. We get the upset of the year as Kacy Catanzaro and Kayden Carter beat Mercedes Martinez and Toni Storm. Probably one of the favorites to win that, besides Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai. So they get the win after Kacy comes off the top with a crazy corkscrew splash that was crazy enough. So they get the win. Match and say about that. So we'll see who they face next in the second round of the tournament, and we'll probably get over the next couple weeks, and that's that. Women's #1 contender elimination tournament and her AEW Women's Championship. That's at Revolution, and then we house with that, and we move on from there. He wants Pete Dunne, but he knows the games that Pete. Regal understands him, but must protect his champion at all costs. So he tells him to get a partner. So Finn says he has to wear, but Regal insists. And we'll see who Finn gets as his partner. And have you seen the graphic for this week? It's kind of interesting. That's that. All right, then we see Isaiah Scott and Jake Atlas go at it, and Steve Corino has to tell Isaiah Scott to back up, and Isaiah's like, "You telling me?" So looks like we're gonna get a Bronson Reed and Isaiah Scott feud. We'll see. That's that. So I gave the Finn Balor segment 2.5 out of 5 stars. I gave the backstage brawl 2 out of 5 stars. Then we get breaking news that Ashanti the Adonis is injured. It can't continue in the tournament. Oh, poor baby. So it looks like Desmond Troy is going to get a new partner. Not that we care. So we got that. And then it gets anywhere Kacy Catanzaro and Kayden Carter getting that big win over Mercedes Martinez and Toni Storm. He said it'd be 2 of the toughest women in NXT, and they're going to win the whole damn thing. Possibly. The Dust Classic is known for sleeper teams to win the tournament, like Finn Balor and Samoa Joe, Ricochet and Aleister Black, the Undisputed Era, and the Authors of Pain. You know, some teams you didn't think were going to be tag team partners can win this damn fucking thing. And so we'll see if they can win it, but we'll see. And that's all I got to say about that. And it is what it is. All right, then we get the Bronson Reed and Tyler Rust. Match was, it wasn't anything great. Bronson Reed hits the Colossal Senton Splat with a Tsunami Splash. Beats Tyler Rust about 5 minutes. So 5 minutes suck fest for you people. Match was all right. Gave 2 out of 5 stars. Blah, 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 blah. Then we get another Finn Balor interview about his partner. He says some people owe him a favor and stash in. So perhaps with that. So I gave 2 out of 5 stars. And then we really didn't need that interview because he comes out after that. He does come out. He enters the Undisputed Era's locker room, and he wants Kyle O'Reilly to be his partner. And there's a lot of tension in the air. You know, Kyle still has his broken jaw. And Kyle reluctantly agrees, and he's now medically cleared to compete. So Finn Balor and Kyle will team up for the first time ever to take on Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan non-title match next week on the program, probably in the main event. That should be pretty damn. Can't wait for that. It's gonna be good. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. That's that. All right, then we go back into the Capitol Wrestling Center. We see the Cruiserweight champion Santos Escobar. Cuts a promo about being the champ. Mentioned that people act like champions when they're not. Kind of like people on YouTube. Mentions us who couldn't even make it to his first title defense. His shoulder. Puts over Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde. Says they're going to win a Dusty Cup. I doubt that. Then the Lucha House Party interrupt. And then we have a big brawl. And while this is happening, Escobar walks away, but returns when his buddies are in trouble. Goes to come off the top until Kurt Stallion runs out and trips him. And then the Lucha House Party send Legado del Fantasma packing. So we'll see what happens with that. Maybe a 6-man tag team match this week. Whew. Nobody cares about that. And that's all I got to say about that. And we move on. So I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars, and we will move on from there. All right, then we see Drake Maverick and Killian Dane interviewed facing MSK in the next round. That's gonna be an interesting match. Drake steps in front of Dane to speak, calls them best friends, and says they're gonna win. And then Killian Dane says it was pretty good, and he's gonna see him next week. It's a good promo, dude. And that's all I got to say about that. So we'll see what happens next week with MSK and Killian Dane and Drake Maverick in the second round of the tournament as that begins. Also, the tournament continues on 205 Live that nobody watches. And that's that. And we will move on from there. So I gave that 2 out of 5, and that's it. Then we get to the main event, the Fight Pit match. Fight Pit number 2. As we all remember, Fight Pit number 1 was Timothy Thatcher taking on Matt Riddle. Timothy Thatcher walked away with that match as Matt went to the main roster. They'll suck ass. And that's that. This match was brutal. Brutal match. It went over the cage, went on top of the cage. Or the Fight Pit, upside cage, Fight Pit, whatever you want to call it. At one point, Ciampa fights back, transitions to a half crab with Thatcher's ankle twisted at a really bad angle. Oof. Thatcher takes him out. But takes a low blow, and then the referee is knocked down. Ciampa used that at the Willow's Bell. Right on Drake Younger. Good figure. Sucks to be him. Then they go at it. Ciampa drives Thatcher's head into the steel with a DDT. Then he adds the fairy tale ending. Applies a real naked choke, but Thatcher gets to his feet, driving Ciampa into the cage. He traps Ciampa in the cage, going by his leg, starts twisting his leg, right into the stretch muffler, and then Ciampa taps out. So Thatcher once again wins his match, his style of match, the stars, and that's that. And then afterwards, they stare each other down. Maybe a show of respect. Maybe, I don't know. They didn't shake hands or anything, but they just looked at each other. And that's it. So like I said, 3.25 out of 5 stars for NXT, for the Fight Pit match, and we'll see what happens with Thatcher and Ciampa as they move on, and that's pretty much it. So that's it for NXT. I gave NXT 7.25 out of 10 stars, and that's what I say about that. So that's it for my video. Thank you all for watching. Thanks to Nick and Alejandro for coming in. And for all you other people that came in, well, fuck you! That's all I gotta say about that. Like I said, all trolls will be blocked. If you don't like it, well, too bad. So I'm moving on. I'm moving on in my life. I don't need to deal with these fucking losers anymore. Because that's all they are. It's fucking jealous fucking cunts. That's all I gotta say about that. So that's it. So I'm gonna move on with my life. Keep doing what I'm doing, and give you the best content I could. And like I said, if you don't like it, well, that's too bad for you. Don't watch my shit. But keep leaving the dislikes because I like them a lot. Thanks for the views, assholes. But that's all I gotta say about that. So thank you for watching. Once again, 6 out of 10 stars for AEW Dynamite last week, and 7.25 out of 10 stars for NXT last week. And like I said, AEW beat NXT in the ratings once again. And we'll see what happens this week on both shows. Should be some good stuff. As AEW has the go-home show before Beach Break, which is the following week. We also got the AEW Dynamite Awards this Wednesday night. Should be some good stuff. See who wins those awards. We got MJF and Jericho taking on the Varsity Brothers. Should be pretty interesting. See what happens with Kenny and the Good Brothers. The Good Brothers and the Bucks are going to team up for the first time in many years. Not many years, but in years. They're taking on the Dark Order. That should be pretty interesting. See if Adam Page comes out in during the match, or something would happen with Adam Page. We'll see. And that's pretty much it. So we'll see what happens on Dynamite this week. And on NXT, we got the Dusty Rhodes Cup continuing on. I think second round action, so that should be pretty good. And then we got in the main event Finn Balor and Kyle O'Reilly teaming up against Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan. Should be a good match. And probably some good stuff happening this Wednesday night on NXT on the USA Network. But it won't be on USA for long. As like I said on my last video, I think was that the contract with the USA Network for NXT, I think is coming up in October, and NXT might be moving to either Tuesday night or Thursday night. Well, that'd be nice to go on Tuesday night to compete with Impact. But Impact will get swallowed up. But if they're on Thursday nights, nobody really watches anything on Thursday nights. So, we'll see what happens. But I think Vince might want it. Vince is probably going to try to renegotiate a contract to keep NXT on the USA Network. Because I don't think I don't know where if they can't do Wednesday nights because of hockey. Because hockey is big on Wednesday nights, and they're going to be on the USA Network next season in October when hockey begins again. NXT is going to need a network, and they're not going to be on Wednesday nights because there's games on Wednesday night, big games like the Rangers and like the Capitals or something like that. People want to watch that game. They don't want to watch NXT or wait till like 10, 11 o'clock for NXT to start. Nobody's going to do that. So I would think that NXT would move to Tuesday night or Thursday night. But we'll see what happens. And with that, as we move on, and that's pretty much it. All right. That's it, everybody. Thank you for watching. Like I said, thank you to Nick and Alejandro Katza for coming in the chat. And for everybody else that came in, well, fuck you. Go play with yourselves. And that's all I got to say with that. And like I said, if you don't like it, well, it's too damn bad. And you're going to get blocked. That's bottom line. Bottom line. I'm not getting into this war of words with all these fucking nobodies. Because that's all they want, nobodies. That's it. Bunch of nobodies. That's it. Irrelevant fucking nobodies that live in the past. And that's it. So that's it. All I got to say about that. Thank you for watching. Got Raw tonight. Should be pretty good. Drew McIntyre and Goldberg going face to face. We got Asuka going against Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's title, and all other good stuff as the go home show before the Royal Rumble on the Raw side will take place, and we'll see what happens tonight at 8 p.m. on the USA Network from the Thunderdome in Tampa, Florida, at the Trop, which will only be there for a couple more months. So I think it expires in April sometime when the Tampa Bay Devil Rays come back, and that's going to be interesting where the Thunderdome will go next. But we'll see what happens with that. They might go to the Capitol Wrestling Center. I don't know, but I doubt that. But I think they need a bigger audience, so who knows? And like I mentioned, I think a couple of days ago, WrestleMania is going to have 15,000 fans at Raymond J Stadium, which is may or may not be true. Tickets are not even on sale yet. I mean, it's January the 25th, and you haven't even sold a ticket yet. The show is in like 2 months. I think you need to get on the ball if you want to have 15,000 fans there, and have all the travel packages and all that shit. Get on the ball, WWE. Get on the ball, Vince. Let's go. You want to have 15,000 fans? You want to have a big spectacle at WrestleMania? Let's go. Stop sitting on your fucking ass. Fucking senile prick. What is what is. That is what it is. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. I might do a Raw review later tonight, my Raw thoughts. Later tonight, maybe. We'll see what happens, depending how I feel by the end of the day. If not, I'll do it sometime tomorrow morning, so tomorrow afternoon. Talk about what happened on Raw, and that's that. And then Wednesday night, we got AEW Dynamite and NXT. Probably talk about AEW maybe on Wednesday night. We'll see. I'll probably talk about NXT on Thursday. Do a little bit of an NXT review on the channel. And then Friday night SmackDown. I got work Friday. I got to work early Friday. Getting back to work on Friday, so I got that. So I'm probably not gonna do a SmackDown review. Maybe I don't really know. Depending on if I work Sunday, most likely we'll be working Sunday, so I might not do a SmackDown review. What if I do a SmackDown review? Just be my SmackDown thoughts as we go into the Royal Rumble, and then Saturday I'm gonna try my best to do a Royal Rumble predictions either Saturday afternoon before I go to work, or Sunday afternoon before I go to work. I'll talk about that. And then I'll probably do a Royal Rumble review probably the day after the Royal Rumble, giving my Royal Rumble thoughts and review. So that should be good. And we'll see what happens with that. But like I said, I think February I'll probably get back to my normal schedule, doing some more live videos. Maybe do some more I might change up my content a little bit. Talk about other things besides wrestling. Somebody wanted me to get into gaming, but I'm not really I really don't even play video games that much anymore. I just played Resident Evil Village, and holy fuck, that game is good. Fucking scary as fuck. Because you're fighting fucking vampires and gorillas now. Cheers, my friends. Oh, this tastes nasty. Good lord. But yeah, that game looks to be fucking good. I can't wait to play Resident Evil Village on the PS4. I'm not getting the PS5 yet. If we get this next stimulus package, depending if it's $1,400 or it's $2,000, Biden wants $2,000, so hopefully we get it soon. I might put a down payment on the PS5. So I'll have the PS5. I'll hook it up. I'll hook it up with where the PS4 goes. I'll just keep the PS4 in the back in my closet. But we'll see what happens. I know the PS4 is going to be extinct in about a year or two anyway. I don't even know if I can still use it to even go on Netflix when that day happens. But we'll see what happens with that, and we'll move on from there. And that's pretty much it. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. I'm Peter Gilmore signing off. Check out my WWE video, my last video in the description box. Subscribe to the channels. Hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and all that good stuff. And that's it. So that's it. So thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your Monday afternoon. Don't forget Monday Night Raw tonight. And that's it. So have a great rest of your Monday, everybody. And if you're not down with that, well, as you all know, I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. That's all I gotta say. If you don't like it, well, fuck you. Kiss my rosy red Italian ass and suck my super dick. And that's it. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Don't like it, don't watch. Simple as that. Simple as that. Don't like it, don't watch. But, you know, there's jealous cunts on this fucking website. It's all the jealous fucking hypocritical cunts. And that's all I gotta say about that. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. We're gonna go have some lunch, watch some TV, and maybe just lay down for a while. Just enjoy my day off. So, like I said, I don't go back in the Friday. So I'm gonna enjoy my day off. Wait for the missus to come home from her errands, and that's pretty much it. So, thank you for watching. I'm Peter Gilmore signing off. Peace out. Rock the fuck on, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.